Hi all, so another week been and gone. So this week we're covering the exhaust. We've had to run some fuel lines through the chassis rail, so you see what we did there. And found some time, Darren come in and give me a hand to put the motor together for the panel van, and I've put a bit of blue on that, so you'll see that happening as well. And I've ordered a whole lot of parts, so next week, in the next video, we'll be seeing some of that turn up. So Optima batteries, the battery clamp, all the stuff for the extractors is all on its way. So hope you enjoyed the week, and we'll catch you on later on. So one of the issues with our fuel lines is to get them through the rail. So we've actually hole sawed through there, put a couple of bits of tube through that'll take our dash 8 lines, and welded all them in place, and now we're just doing a cover plate to go over that, put all the integrity back, and then the lines will be able to run out of here, come around here and go back up. So Darren's just going to weld that up, and then we'll grind the faces off those, and I'll do a bit of video on that one as well. So just to finish up on where them lines will go through, that's the look we'll end up. We'll have a couple of dash 8s running through there, fuel line, so supply and return. And then the reason for all of that is they're going to end up coming out on this side here, and then they'll run along and end up going up to the engine that way. Okay, so a little bit of activity on the van motor. I'm putting this together so I can get it painted. So Darren's giving me a bit of a hand outside of the work time to throw this together. So bits and pieces I've been talking about and picking up that either had or I've sourced. So I want to make the whole thing look as original as possible. So I've sent all the bolts away and had them zinced, even though they're going to get painted. I think it's just a nicer finish long term. And then I'm just going to put the sump on now. So I like to glue the gaskets down to the block. Everyone's got their own little method, I suppose. So it's the original 302 block out of the van, and then 351 crank with the 302 rod with a special purpose piston, and then the heads, set of original Ford cast heads that had a port job and machine work done. And I've just put a aftermarket water pump and timing cover on it, and then all crow cams internals. So the van motor ready for some Ford blue. So the van motor painted in a nice factory blue. Something mixed up. That's probably what I can remember it should look like more than anything else. Now that's got the original sump that came with the car that was in very good nick. It was an out backpack and had no dents in it. And then just an aftermarket water pump as close as I could get to look like original. So I'm hanging now. I'll sit the aluminium manifold and rocker covers on that and see how it looks. So yesterday the mufflers turned up from the US. So when this car came to us, as I keep saying, there was quite a bit of stuff already done or organised, and part of that was Peter had, in one of his little shopping sprees, had bought all this really nice pipe work to make the exhaust up. So the actual pipe gives us good ground clearance. By memory, it's about the equivalent of a 3.5 inch pipe, even though they're only just over 2 inches of clearance. And then these are from a company called Spintech. So after discussion with Peter, we decided we'd get their mufflers as well. So they're out of California, and whilst they look a little bit agricultural, I'm assured they're really effective. You see the welds and that there, we'll need to tidy them up a little bit, but they're a cool looking thing. I'll get a torch and have a look in there. Just So what we're trying to do now is we're setting the mufflers up. We've just got the little laser going there, which I picked up the other day at Bunnings, just a cheapie, just to help do that. So Darren's good on the job there, he's gone and got me a torch. So the technology in there looks pretty full on. And by their website, and assures me that they'll keep it quiet. So hopefully that's the case. So we're just going to step those over now. So we've cut a 45 in half at the moment, and we're just looking to see where we're going to go. And then Darren in a minute's going to weld a piece of pipe to a bracket that we can mount to this gearbox to give us a fixed point on this end. So I've got to make the extractors for this thing, so I need to get a starting point. So that's going to go up there, and then we'll go up to there and make a set of pipes and try and dodge everything that's got to go up through there. So I thought we'd get the centre section done. Unfortunately, we have this nice trendy X pipe here, but that's not going to fit, so we'll just do a H pipe by the look of it, because clearance wise we just don't have sufficient room to make an X in there. So we'll keep you updated as we go. And we're just looking for clearance to the floor, clearance to the ground, get everything mocked up before we start welding things together. Morning, Steve.
How you going, Howard?
Good, mate. So more boxes.
Yep.
So one of Steve's jobs is, as all these orders come in, he gets a little sheet here that he works out what's got to go, and then packs up the parts. So they're all our rust parts that we stock. And then part of Steve's role, and why I brought him on, is that I was getting too much time out here packing parts instead of making panels. So his first job in the morning is to pack them up to get them out to you guys that have ordered them. So this came with the setup as well. So we've got a pipe here that goes from round to the oblong, hexagonal, no, what do we call that? I don't know.
Oval.
Oval. Is it oval? Oval with flats. So we've got that. So I'm going to make the pipes. So I need to get my clearance to come up past the bell housing and the adapter plate. So I've worked out roughly where I'm going to have that. That gives me a positioning now here for this intermediate, and we'll put a bend through here, and then I can shorten this or lengthen it to suit what I'm going to do with the pipes. So we're going to make a little bracket now to mount this to the box, just temporary, so we can hold it in position. Get the other one, make sure we're happy with the shape, and then we can start making the exhaust. So that's the centre section. So the little brackets are there, the rusty looking bits of steel there are just there to mount it to the gearbox so we can get our width right and our height. And then step back over to the mufflers, and the mufflers are placed based on firstly the room we had, but secondly the rear suspension, which has got some forward mounting diagonal arms because it's independent. So a little bit frustrating that the pipes aren't that good a match when you cut them. You go from one to the other, so it's just going to create a little bit of extra welding and hammering and carrying on, and the slip-in joints. There's a fair bit of room there as well, so we'll give those a little cut in the side and knock them together. But all in all, pretty happy the way that's working out. So then where they come back here, we have a diagonal arm that comes from the rear suspension over here out to this point, and then another one coming from here coming towards the centre, which we've got to get around with the tailpipe. So the plan was to get this centre section in, get a bit of a look how it's looking. We've got good clearance, ground clearance, and now up the front, that gives me a point to work to with the extractors.
That's all right.
Sometimes it goes through my hand.
Righto, so I just come out to check on how things are going with the TIG, because it can be a bit of a pain sometimes. So this pipe as we surmise, has been aluminium coated. So when you go to ticket, you can see where Darren's cleaned it up to weld it. But what we hadn't sort of thought about was the aluminium's on the inside as well. So just getting a bit of contamination through, which makes it a little bit more difficult to get that nice, neat TIG weld we're looking for. So the next one, we'll make sure we clean the inside and not get caught out. So one of the problems that I have, or we have, is that because we do one car at a time, we haven't done an exhaust for probably 2 years, because the last car, I can't remember exactly what it had on it, but we basically go from one process to the next through the year and then come back around. So when I go to paint this car, for instance, I haven't painted a car for 18 months and I've got to get my painter's hat back on, get rid of my fabricator's hat and move into it. So sometimes you just got to think carefully about what you're doing so that you can get it right. So before and after, so this is the one he was welding up earlier, and this is the next one to be done now. So fully TIG weld that and then put it on the linisher, and now we've cleaned that up so they'll get ceramic coated. But that's the process to go from that, and you can see there, get it all to match and tacked, and then you'll weld that and then we'll grind it up. And if it was probably a little bit cleaner on the edges and stuff, you probably might leave some nice clean welds, but we're going to get it all ceramic coated, so we thought we'd grind them back and make it look sweet.
Being a flat tube like that, that special design, that creates really good ground clearance, right?
Yeah, so you've got you know, the equivalent of about a 2.5 inch.
Good catch, mate.
Yeah, mate. Good, about the equivalent of a 2.5 inch exhaust, but it's actually going to flow 3.5.
Yeah.
So you know, if you put a 3.5 on, then you're going to lose, you know, probably 20 nearly an inch of clearance. So this way,
it's a pretty cool look too, no doubt.
it looks cool, and I mean, it'll be interesting when we've got to go over the diff, because we've got those bends and all. But if you've got to go up and then turn, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I haven't had that pleasure yet, because in round it's going to be a lot easier than it will be with this stuff, but we'll give it a go.
All right, here we are. It's the end of another This Week at Astill Design, mate.
It is, mate, and I feel like we're back where we started, mate. We started out here doing a bit of a shoot, telling everybody what we're going to do and how it was going to happen, and I don't know, what's it been, 10, 12 weeks, 13 weeks, something like that?
The start of March it was, so it's been a good 3 and a bit months of doing lots of content. I guess the content has changed from doing, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 minute videos of just little bits to now 15-minute segments of, you know, and then you've become a professional cameraman, you know.
Well, had to go out and buy a GoPro and all those sort of things, but I mean, it's been a big learning curve in a lot of ways, in the filming firstly, and to be able to do that effectively and cost effectively. Yeah. But also to find what people were looking for, and it seemed pretty clear early that people wanted to know what we're up to and what we're doing. Yeah. So this week in Astill Design really wasn't in our original thinking that it came along, and has got us to where we are now, and now we want to ramp that up again. Yeah. And we're going to change, I guess, the format a little bit, but a bit more focus on what we're doing. We've been fortunate enough to find some help to be able to do that, with a couple of my long-term supporters, PPG and others. Yeah, yeah. 2 really great brands in Australia that are, you know, are pretty active here in Australia, obviously. They are, yeah. And a good product. And I've been working for both those companies, PPG, for over 20 years, and others for around 10 now. Yeah. And we're still looking for probably one more to make it really work for us to be able to do even more, I guess, filming and editing, you know, your involvement as well. Yeah, yeah. It's a bit of a timely process, I guess, you know. It is. For yourself filming, and, you know, myself filming, and there's some editing involved. And obviously, you know, the type of content that we're putting out there, we wanted to have that, you know, a bit of a polish, but a bit of a raw feel about, you know, like make you feel like you're actually here. Yeah, and that's something, you know, I spoke to Josh about the other day, is to get a bit more music content in there, because I work with music all the time, and whilst I can't, the music I normally listen to, we can't use because of copyright. Yeah. The plan's to find some similar... add a bit of music into the video to give it a bit, pick it up a little bit. Well, just to make it feel like you're in the workshop, because if you come to my workshop, the music's always on. So, I mean, that's, I'd like to be able to have that sort of feel about it. So, hanging out to move on to that next stage. So, next week, we'll actually do the video, we'll get us a start-up, and then we'll go into the new grind after that. Yeah, so next week will be an intro into what the new title of the new series will be called and what it's based around. So
and that will this new series will run all the way through for quite a few months.
Good 6-7 months, yeah.
A good 6 or 7 months. That's right. You might be able to pretty much guess what it's about, but
what do we do?
It's not a huge shift, but it just changes the focus a little bit and gives it a bit of direction. So that'll be kind of cool. There'll still be obviously some cool stuff added in terms of content that we might go and do something cool.
Yep.
You know, like if something pops up, like a.
They might be able to drag you off to a Ford show or something.
Ford show, I don't know, mate.
Go to a Holden show. Who knows?
I'm sure I can go to one of those.
So talked about supporters. We were doing a giveaway. Well, I put up a giveaway the other day on my Facebook page that was effectively for people to go and subscribe. So we obviously need more and more people to get over onto the YouTube channel to make that work for us and our supporters.
Almost 2,000 now.
Yeah, we're at about 1850
in about 12 or 13
weeks.
weeks. It's really good. I mean, obviously, you know, how excited are we going to get if it gets to 10,000? I mean, it'd just be awesome.
Yeah, I know you think that's possible. We'll take one step at a time. We were struggling for 500, down to 1,000. Now we're at 1850.
Yeah.
So 2,000 not far away.
Yeah. So
I did that promo.
If you're watching now, make sure you subscribe, all right?
Yeah. Click the button. It's not
so this is the giveaway. Yeah.
So this is the giveaway. So
from Facebook.
So the Facebook one. So the new Mothers products and a T-shirt with the Mothers brand on it, and some of their U-Butte metal polish, which is where it all started from, actually, was Mothers polish. And this is a new one, a green and yellow bottle. So that's the new ceramic detailer.
Very nice.
Bead booster, mate.
Yeah, right. And get on the Falcon Ute, mate. No doubt.
Yeah, well, actually, I'll give it a try on there. Be good for the BL, mate.
Yeah. Eventually, I've got to finish it first.
So I'll let you draw this time. So we need 2.
All right, 2, right. All right, and they all say maad on it.
They all say maad.
Closing the eyes, ready?
And the odds are pretty good. There wasn't that many. There's not as many as I would have liked.
One.
So there's one. So Chris Coddington.
There
maad.
you go. Is that like Boyd's lost long grandson or something?
It could be. And the final one, there's a couple in here that were in the last draw too, so you might pull out someone that was in the last one, you never know.
Who we got here?
Who you got there?
Owen Webb. No, it's not.
Steve Gus. Now Steve, I think, was the last one to go through because I had to do a separate sheet for him.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So well done, Steve.
Lucky last in the barrel, lucky first, second out.
Maad.
There we go.
Righto, so...
I like that shirt. Can we
like that? Yeah, can
have a look. So someone's won this lucky shirt, the size XL. Won't fit me. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
Bit of everything on there, mate.
Yeah.
Righto, so that's done and dusted. So another giveaway done, and we'll have a few more of those, I'm sure.
The announcement's out.
The announcement's out. So
next week it starts a new name and a bit more polish, a little bit same sort of feel, same organic feel, a bit more polish, a bit more focus, and yeah, we'll put some pretty special stuff in there.
So now I've got the Rotor Man on board. He might be able to do a bit of filming as well, mate.
Yeah, that's right. And extra help, a set of hands around the place.
For sure.
And like you said, it's having him around, no doubt, it's giving you a bit more free time to...
He asked me the other day, can I bring a Rotor in?
All right, that's it. We'll see you next week.
That's a job. Thanks, buddy.
Bye, mate.